What's up? Welcome back to Momentum Method with Katherine. Today will be the first of many exercise tutorials and explanations. We are going back to the basics because everything requires a foundation, especially in your fitness journey. All right, so let's hop right into it. When it comes to working out and performing exercises, there are a couple of things you need to think of before you start. First being, is my core engaged? First thing we'll go over is, what is your core? Your core is different from your abs, okay? Your abs, your abdominal muscles, are just muscles on your abdomen. Your core starts at your shoulders and ends at your glutes. It's the entire center part of your body because then you have your extremities. So when it comes to engaging your core, the first thing that you want to do before performing an exercise, all right? So we all tend, plenty of us, including myself, tend to kind of stick our butts out a little bit, lean forward, kind of that pelvic tilt. When we engage our core, we want things to be tightened, as if nothing's going to move, all right? So we are going to, instead of tilting our pelvis this way, we're going to tilt it the other way, all right? So we're standing here, and it's very subtle, tucking your glutes in, and then you feel your abdomen tightened and stronger, right? And a good way to know whether your core is engaged or not is whether you can tuck your fingers underneath your ribs. Right now, here are my ribs. I can't get under them because my core is engaged. And this is the first thing you want to do before starting any exercise, okay? Otherwise, you end up making it so your spine isn't aligned, and we want our spine to stay aligned. Otherwise, that's how lower back pain can happen a lot, injuries can happen, and that's not what we're looking for here. Next thing we'll be going over today are your 5 functional movements. These are your foundation for every exercise and also your activities of daily living. You've probably heard of activities of daily living, or ADLs. Maybe you had a grandparent who was working with an occupational therapist. Maybe you or a loved one got into an accident. You had to learn how to do things again for yourself. Those are your ADLs, things that we do for ourselves on a daily basis. So your 5 functional movements, we have the bend and lift, single leg, push, pull, and rotate. So the bend and lift, similar to the bend and snap, but not quite, is, hey, I dropped something on the ground, let me pick it up. Wow, I dropped this, let me drop down and pick it up, right? Because I don't want to see you do this. Let me pick this up off the ground. No. I am bending down with my legs, and I am picking it up. Like a squat, right? Say I had a barbell on my back. Go down, and I go up. The next is our single leg. Walking, reaching for something. Oh, I have to extend and reach for it. More commonly, using a step stool or a ladder, or going up the stairs. Those single leg movements that have to propel us forward, right? So as simple in the gym when you're working out, a lunge, right? Single leg movement. I'm going up the stairs because I'm going to use my left foot push up. I'm going to use my right foot push up in order to move ourselves forward. So up next, our third, we have push, right? I'm pushing a door open. I'm pushing a cart or a carriage, a baby stroller, any type of thing that we have to push. A common example I see of something people struggle to do is, say you're swimming in a pool and you want to push yourself out of the water. How many people struggle to do that when the water is doing half the work, right? I'm swimming, need to push myself up, right? And exercise examples of that are push-ups or chest press and bench press. I'm pushing things away from my body, all right? Simple as that. Number 4 is pull, right? I'm pulling a door shut. I'm grabbing my child and pulling them back to me. Honestly, a daily example that I use the most is when I'm playing with my dog. She wants to play tug of war. I'm holding on to something and I'm pulling it back I'm not hurting my shoulder because I'm not using my shoulder, right? I'm using my back. An easy exercise example of that is, say, dumbbell, barbell, row, right? I'm rowing. You see it, kayak, canoeing. Various parts of our day that we are pulling something, right? Last but not least is our rotational movement, our ability to turn, to twist, and to turn, right? One of the, I think, better examples that I like to use with my clients, especially the ones that have kids, is say, you're in the car, your kid does something that they shouldn't be. Hey, I'm turning. I'm reaching back and snatching that candy out of their hand before their brother steals it, or their sister. Or you're just reaching back because you want some, like my father, right? Or say I'm reversing. I'm turning and reversing into a spot. I'm rotating. And even in the gym, something I think of often is one of my honestly favorite warm-up movements is a windmill, right? I'm rotating and I'm pushing back. I'm rotating. Even one of these, right? Stretching it out. What your core is, shoulders to butt, how to engage your core, tucking our pelvis tight here so that way it's not moving and we have the freedom of our limbs. Then your 5 functional movements: bend and lift, single leg, push, pull, rotate. This is the foundation of not only your workouts, but your activities of daily living. And so that means, yes, this applies to you. It applies to everyone. Okay? So the next time you go to work out and perform your exercises, think to yourself, am I engaging my core? Am I following these functional movements that are the basis of my exercises? When I squat, am I squatting with my legs or am I accidentally using my back, right? Some people who are first getting into workouts, they hear, oh, like this person's doing a push day or they're doing a pull day. What does that mean? This is what that means. We're focused on our push movements. We're focused on our pull movements, right? We're separating by muscle group, by functional movement, because they go together. Okay? So, takeaway here. Just remember, everything has a foundation. Everything requires having to go back to basics at some point. And when it comes to exercises in your fitness journey, we have to start somewhere. So start at the beginning. All right? So, like, subscribe, comment something you learned today or something you're hoping to learn, and share this to anyone you feel needs to hear it. I'll see you next time.